Hello and welcome to the 5-Minute University on the Think, Pair, Share method. This presentation is brought to you by Ashley Castleberry from the University of Arkansas. Getting students involved in class is challenging. When we propose a question to a large number of students, few participate, and it's usually the same 3 or 4 students who answer each time. The other students are passive and expect the eager students to speak up, so often they do not even attempt to answer the question we are asking. So, how do we get more students involved in the discussion? How can we focus their attention on key concepts? How can we keep all students engaged? We have a method for you to try. It's called Think, Pair, Share. It is a low-risk, low-effort method to bring active learning into your classroom. This works really well in a lecture setting, so you can implement it very easily. First, get the students to think about a topic or question. You can even have them write or type their responses. These questions work best for controversial or complex information. Give students 15 to 60 seconds to think about or write their response, depending on the complexity of the question. Next, have them pair up and discuss their answers with a partner. Give them a couple of minutes to discuss so that they will have time to formulate their answers and vet it with a colleague. Now it's time to have a class discussion during the share portion. Call on specific students to share what they discussed in their groups. It's important to call on individuals rather than asking for volunteers because you hold each group accountable. Students perceive this as a safe environment because they have had some preparation time and have vetted their answers with a partner. Ask several students for their input and then use the information to guide your next class session. Another step can be added to do a Think, Pair, Share activity. Have the pair of students join with another group to create a group of 4 and further increase the sharing of ideas. Consider electronic methods for online courses using discussion boards. So that's it. Think, Pair, Share. You ask students to think about a response to a question, pair with others and exchange thoughts, and then share with the rest of the class. This method is very easy because it does not take much preparation on your part, nor does it take much time to implement during class. It can break up long periods of lecture and give students a chance at active learning. Here are a few tips and tricks to help this activity go smoothly. Define time frames for each part of the activity and stick to it. Set an alarm if needed. Provide adequate but not too much time to think and write or type. If you do not provide enough time, students will get frustrated as they are not able to complete their thoughts. But if too much time is provided, students will get bored. Indicate when half of the pair portion has elapsed, so that one student does not dominate the conversation. Indicating this halfway point should signal to the students that it is time to swap who has been speaking. Subjective questions lead to more lively discussion, so be creative when developing your questions. You might try items like identifying pros and cons, brainstorming problem solutions, or identifying most important or most unclear points in your lecture. Be sure to close the loop by giving your best answer, description, or response to the question that you posed. This will help to model correct thinking for your students and increase what is learned during this activity. Finally, ask the students why they think you chose this exercise to help them apply the material. This will help the students to identify the purpose of the exercise and the importance of the topic once they reflect on this. This active learning exercise is very easy to implement in your classroom. Since it does not require any preparation time, just start using it during lecture. As you identify a question that might be of value, pause and ask the students to think, pair, and share. You might just be interested in some of the responses that you get back from students. Additionally, this exercise gives you feedback on your teaching and helps you to identify ways that you might be able to improve moving forward. This concludes our time for 5-Minute University. After completing a short survey on the next page, you can access the handout full of great resources to get you started with Think, Pair, Share in your classroom.